Ahora. Mañana entonces a todos.
Órale. ¿Qué es Bora, pues? Dice don Pedro.
¿Quién dice?
Pedrito, ya.
¿Dónde está ella?
Ah, ya está, ya. ¿Qué es Bora, pues?
Bora.
Vámonos, le. Bora, es vámonos, así nada más. Vámonos.
Sí.
¿Vámonos o significa vámonos a la casa? No.
No, nomás.
No, nomás vámonos, ¿va? Y ¿cómo se llama? Los paquetitos esos para el roofing.
Sí.
¿Cómo? ¿Para cuál es, pues?
¿Para este?
¿Para este? Ah, sí.
Mira que estamos en vivo, al Facebook, en YouTube.
¿Vos estás transmitiendo en vivo?
Sí. Pero nadie está mirando todavía, nadie le gusta Martín.
Yo andaba preguntando ahí que decía.
Sí, que no importa, es bueno.
Eso era, ¿no?
¿Mm?
Y quedó, ¿no?
Sí, pero no importa. Y es bueno que aprende español las personas.
Sí, sí.
As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Now, low country traffic from the Tri-County Roofing 1-800-NEW-ROOF Traffic Center.
Good afternoon. Earlier problems with Rex installs westbound 26 at Eagle Drive and 526 eastbound past Rivers. That really tying things up around that 526 junction this afternoon. Also out of Dorchester County, they're telling us that Highway 17A near Clubhouse Road may still be closed and probably will be for a while if it is.
Tiene tráfico ya.
Earlier this afternoon involving a truck that had been pulling a boat.
This report is brought to you by Sylvania Automotive. Sylvania is always looking to improve their headlights to help people see farther and drive safer. So they developed their Silver Star Ultra headlights to have greater clarity and the brightest down-road visibility.
Aproveitar que no tiene tráfico y manejar un poquito rápido para llegar más cerca. Llegar más rápido donde está parado. Ah, ahorita sí, vou mirar después de la puente. Não puede música.
And the worst part of your addiction, how many hits of crack were you doing a day?
Well, I was doing it daily. I was a couple $100 a day easy. It got to the point the drug dealers did an intervention. I mean, I was up for 14 days and they stayed in the intervention. I said, it was downtown Minneapolis, and I go, what are you guys doing? And they go, we're cutting you off. You've been up 14 days. And finally, last one went to sleep. I went down to the streets of Minneapolis and
vamos a agarrar igual que ayer allá cerquita otra vez.
Yeah, you know, mine was, it was January 16, 2009, 10 years ago today, and I knew if I waited one more day, that my calling would be gone, my purpose that God had planned for me. And I prayed that I would wake up in the morning and never have this.
Si agarramos ela aí onde estamos agarrando ahorita, bueno, lo malo como agarramos antes desse puente.
The desire was gone, but then a couple months later, I actually went to a faith-based outpatient at my sister's church, and I walked in there. I've been in different treatment centers throughout the 80s and 90s, but I walked in there and it was different. They said, we're not here to talk about how much you did. We want to talk about your childhood. We want to talk about, you know what? I said, I had a fine childhood. And I said, well, I was divorced. Let's talk about that. And things happened in childhood, from fatherlessness, divorce, trauma. Like veterans come back and they've been traumatized. This is people they manifest into addictions, and that.
We'll pick it up right there. We'll hold you over a couple of minutes on the other side, and maybe some people that are struggling even today that are listening to this program, there is plenty of help out there. It's a matter of making the right decision for yourself and getting your life together. 800-941-SEAN, more with Mike Lindell on the other side. Then the rest of the news of the day, News Roundup Information Overload Hour. You know, in the midst of all the whining from the left and, you know, all the battles that we have, you have to wonder, you know, why in the world would anyone act this way? My guess is that probably most people are cranky.
Some delivery driver in Georgetown. Starting today, international experts will be in Charleston to give their advice on dealing with the flooding problems here in the Lowcountry. Among the flooding areas they are looking to help, the Lockwood Corridor Medical District downtown, Church Creek, and Johns Island. And the president will be meeting with a bipartisan group of lawmakers at the White House today, hoping to end the stalemate over the partial government shutdown, but no big breakthroughs are expected.
Mira, si todos los días llegamos aquí y empieza a quedar así, está bueno.
Ya es poquito.
Ya es poquito ya. Pero si lo agarramos allá atrás, ya chingó la verga ya.
Como quieras, son 20 minutos aquí, ¿no?
Aquí más o menos 20 minutos por ahí. Pero si lo agarramos allá abajo de la otra puente, es como 40, una hora por ahí.
Low Country traffic from the Tri-County Roofing 1-800-NEW-ROOF Traffic Center.
It's a mess this afternoon after a mess of cars got all tied up around the 26-526 interchange after a series of wrecks and stalls on westbound 26 past Eagle Drive and on 526 eastbound. Right there past Rivers on the way over to North Run Avenue. That one has caused a situation where the delay in the volume...
Recuerda a policía que te enseñé temprano allá no video ahí por la 17.
Sí, sí.
Es lo que habló él ahorita. Es un carro robaron los carros y se corrieron.
This report is brought to you by Sylvania Automotive. Sylvania is always looking to improve their headlights to help people see farther and drive safer. So they developed their Silver Star Ultra headlights to have greater clarity and the brightest down-road visibility. So now you can see what
Mira ahí
you
cómo está esta calle.
Sylvania, think farther down the road.
Mornings with Kelly Golden on the Low Country 94.3 WAC.
Well done, G-Man.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, that was Democrats back then. They don't want anything now. Now, not all the things I said before. We can't question about any of that stuff.
On 94.3 WSC.
Y va a agarrar esa calle allá.
Charles Foster has been helping local businesses find better qualified applicants with solid resources. Find the right one. Call 843-572-8100 or visit charlesfoster.jobs.
Call the boss first.
This is a Bloomberg Market Minute. Big bank earnings and sunny forecasts for the quarter ahead brought some sunshine to Wall Street, too. Gains of 0.2 to 0.6% across the stock averages. The Dow up 142 points, the Nasdaq 11, the S&P 6. Goldman Sachs saw a strong quarter, and Bank of America ended up benefiting from interest rate hikes that had brought some predictions of trouble for bank profits. The bank's forecast includes predictions of a strong economy ahead. But there's another warning about what Apple will say when it opens its books this earnings season. Sources tell Bloomberg Apple plans to cut back on hiring for some divisions after selling fewer iPhones than predicted and missing its sales target for the holiday quarter. And federal prosecutors may have sent a small chill over Wall Street. Gains receded somewhat after a report that China's telecom company Huawei Technologies may have been stealing U.S. trade secrets involving smartphones. I'm Joan Doniger, Bloomberg Radio.
Now, the latest from the Disaster Plus 24/7 Weather Center.
Make sure you have the coats ready to go. If you're headed out this evening, temperatures cooling down pretty quickly. In fact, by tomorrow morning, we start out in the 30s. Clear sky, lots of sunshine on the way for our Thursday.
Amanhã não vai estar frio. Boa, Fabinho, bora?
I'm meteorologist Joey Sovine.
This report is sponsored by the Get Upside Gas app.
Bora ficar parado no trânsito.
Download Get Upside app and use promo code SAVE to get up to 45 cents cash back per gallon on your very first fill up and money back every time you pump gas. The Get Upside app, promo code SAVE.
Mornings with Kelly Golden. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.3 WSC.
Boa, tiozão. Porra, velho. Tá foda. Todo dia a mesma coisa. Mira, todos los días agarramos aquela calle de allá y esta va más rápido.
¿Y ahora por qué esta?
Hoy yo me vino a esta, la de allá se va más rápido. Si mira igual con la mierda esto.
Pero al parecer parece que avanza más allá, ¿no?
Allá sí, pero ayer aquí se avanzaba más. Ay, Miguel, el muchacho está hablando una mierda esto.
¿Dijo?
Sí, una mierda esto.
¿Un comentario?
Sí. Ahora, chingame la madre, güey. Por que no caminhão? Tá ficando louco, moço? Eu tô em cima de uma ponte, velho. Jogar uma bomba adesiva. Se jogar uma bomba adesiva aqui, a ponte vai cair. Aí nós todo mundo morre. Ai, ai, que sono. Pois é, no GTA, né? Na vida real não pode não, ó. Você não viu lá no Ceará que tá caindo tudo? Ô, oh, foda o tanto de carro velho que tem aqui. Olha o tanto de carro velho que tem. Não há, vó?
¿Cuál?
Carros viejos.
No, no hay carro viejo. Puro carro nuevo. Más viejos se ven.
Oh, sí, estas.
No, pero sí está nueva.
Pero todavía 2000.
Es nueva.
Fabinho, essa ponte é grande, velho. É grandíssima, grandíssima. É, deve ser mais ou menos... Tipo assim, andando rápido, sem ser parado desse jeito aqui. Deve dar uns 10 minutos aí, mais ou menos, de ponte. Na velocidade aí de 100 km por hora. Então, tus paisanos de Guatemala.
¿Son paisanos son de Guatemala ellos?
Uhum.
¿Los conoces?
Ele do meio, sim. Ele chiquitinho.
That's it. Watch any of these programs, drugs in or trade. They talk to the drug dealers. They drug dealers know. You do it once, they own you. They absolutely know it. Because they've seen it. Can't stop on your own circuit.
Uau, sono.
Pretty scary times we live in. Anyway, news roundup information on your hour. Lately, nobody in the news ever talks about any of the good news. Volkswagen is spending, what, $800 million in Chattanooga, Tennessee, on a plant that they have there.
Meio da puente.
New investment.
Aí dessa cerveja.
Allá se mueve más. ¿Va?
Sí.
Aquí es poquito.
Pero aquí si cae está abajo, allá está alto. Pero aquí si está, cae está abajo, pero tiene tierra. Allá si cae está alto, pero tiene agua. ¿Cuál es peor?
Oh, sí, sí.
¿Cair bajo por la tierra o cair alto por la agua?
En todo hay peligro, ¿no?
Sí.
Aquí, pero está alto, aquí todavía está alto. Aquí está alto.
No, sí, claro. Pues.
Allá es más.
Gillette ad that is out there, it is massive. The backlash on social media and the uproar of so many people that have seen this.
Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave.
Yeah, exactly. I've watched this. You know, it's. I don't want to get into all the specifics. There are these brutish guys. These. Look, we know you can handle yourself.
I'm sorry, are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you. And you know these guys.
Ai, ai, ai.
The old classic is a bunch of
Vamos ver.
construction guys.
Eu tenho chance.
Pretty car walks by, and they get
Essa cair daí.
I love that. I'm like, thank you for paying attention. I didn't get dressed up for myself.
I don't
Thank
give
you for
a
noticing.
fuck
Oh,
about
the
that.
horror man says I look nice. I say thank you.
But it's different. This is a different era. Now, there's brutish behavior. You know, guys touching women inappropriately. Then it goes all the way to even force people.
Sim, pero ontem
You know, so there's fine lines.
tava movendo muito.
The problem with the ad is, why would they make that ad? Because they know they're going to piss off people. Okay, not every guy is like a stereotypical, you know, male chauvinist pig. And then there's one scene in particular where one
Eu vou
guy,
ir nessa
they
ahorita.
want men to
Não quero saber
confront
aqui,
each other
vou.
over when they
Aí
see
vai Pedrito, não?
they have one
Sí.
scene where a
Sí.
guy's looking at a woman like, wow,
Não é muito bueno chofer, não.
they think of
No.
stuff that,
Não.
you know,
Yo ya lo miré manejando ya de cerquita.
Oye, no se ve, mira.
No se ve, está muy chaparrito.
No se ve, Pedrito.
No, mira, otra cosa.
Ajá.
Aquí está la luz.
Ajá.
Ele para allá atrás, como 5 carros después. Y nadie está delante de él.
Oh, queda muy retirado.
Sí.
I'm just waiting for the backlash. It's like ridiculous. Like I see women walk down the street all the time ogling men, saying inappropriate things. I don't see them making commercials about that.
They don't ever, it's never happened to me.
It happens to you all the time.
It does not happen
Yes,
to me
it
all the
does.
time.
I've been on the road with you and I've watched it happen.
Okay, I walk the streets of New York.
Just because you're oblivious does not mean it's not happening. They're two very different things.
You're creating an image that is false. I am an extremely
Ahorita se mira él.
No se ve. No se ve, Pedro.
Así maneja, así maneja pegadito aquí.
Sí, ¿verdad? Está bien chaparrito. Está bien chaparrito.
Es buena onda él.
Listen, not for nothing, we all know. The camera ends their accounts, we all know.
That's absolutely
Person, and you're all sweet and nice and sign everybody's words and letters and books.
Mire, pasó para allá, pasó para atrás de los otros, ahorita pasó para allá otra vez.
Se pasea, Pedrito. Aquí es donde se mueve el puente, ¿eh?
Sí, aquí se mueve mucho.
respect that they deserve. Okay, if men are attracted to women, they are. It's a fact. Women are attracted to men. You don't have to go over there and you're really hot in the dress and, you know, you sound like an idiot. And I think that there was a stereotype that that's how men are. And I think that has actually really pissed off a lot of their customer base because it was, oh, this is how men are. It's not how every man is. There are respectful men out there. Respect women, treat them kindly. Actually, I know guys that just worship women.
Listen, there's good and bad in every group. Men, women, every race, every creed, every gender. We all got problems.
Somebody told me about this show. I haven't seen it on Bravo.
Ay, ya, wow, Shiram Pumao.
So apparently this guy is a serial hoodwinker, manipulator of women, right?
He is. That program's called Dirty John. It's based on a true story.
And this guy, like,
Preys on women,
says all the right things, has them fall in love with them, right? Has been married many times.
long extensive criminal record throughout many different
So
states.
what happens? He puts a full court press of charm on, gets these women that are rich to marry him,
Yes.
and then gets their money.
And then gets their money, usually abusing them. It ended, well, I don't want to spoil it for our listeners.
No spoiler alert here. Go ahead. You can spoil.
No way.
Murder or trying to attacking one of her daughters, and she ends up fighting him off in a parking lot, and she actually ends up killing him.
You know, but it's another thing too. What happens on these social dating sites? Mark Simone, who is filled in on this program many times on our affiliate here in New York, WOR. He uses, and I think he talks about it on the air. I don't want to just disclose something that's not true. Glenda, you'll know it better than me, but he uses what? He uses those dating apps, right? Or at least when we was at our Christmas party, we were talking about
I
it.
would definitely call Mark a social butterfly.
Okay, Mark is and doesn't want to get married.
No,
Mira el avión pasando ahí.
Va a aterrizar, ¿no?
Sí, ahí está el aeropuerto, ¿no?
Sí.
Allá por aquella cosa, está aquella cosa de cemento allá, redondo así.
Sí, ¿verdad?
Allá está el aeropuerto. Mira, que allá le va a bajar más, no lo miramos más. Allá ya no lo vamos a mirar más.
No,
Antes
allá bastante está bajando, ¿eh? Bajo.
Whatever the picture is,
Ahí está
you're
el
attracted to that picture.
oh, it's definitely personality. You can tell a lot from a person.
You can tell a lot, yeah, just the picture.
ahí está Pedrito.
Ahí va el pinche chaparro, cabrón.
Major Sean Hannity fan, then you get all those likes from everyone.
You're such a liar. Everyone's on top. Why are you
Es que me dijo, ¿cómo te llamas, pues? Me dijo.
with all this stuff?
Y yo le digo, antes, cuando muy llegué ahí, ¿cómo te llamas,
You
pues?
don't know who this person is.
Oh, le digo yo, Miguelito, le
I
digo.
guess you could meet in a public
Oh, ¿te llamas Miguel? No, Miguelito.
Okay.
Ahora sí me dice. Ahora me dice, Miguelito.
Pero se llama Miguel.
Él
O
decía.
Miguel. ¿Usted se llama Miguelito o Miguel?
No, Miguel. Él me dice, ¿cómo te llamas Miguel? No, Miguelito, le dije yo.
Mira, allá viene otro.
Ajá.
Este ahí, el obvio más bonito que yo ya miré en la casa de uno. Este no carga persona. No, este carga cosas adentro.
Es el mismo que es la misma línea, perdón, el mismo vuelo, me imagino, ¿no? Este trae las maletas.
No,
este
este
que
no. Ese carga aviones, tanques de guerra, carros, esas cosas. Sí. Yo he ido a este aeropuerto nomás a mirar ese avión, solo para mirar. Miguel, es muy grande. Muy grande. No es grande, es muchísimo grande. Ahí viene otro, mira. Pero ese es normal. Ese es de ejército, ¿no? Es militar este. Sí, este es militar. Ele tem que ir aí adelante, dar a volta e venir para bajar.
Parece un tiburón, ¿no?
Este es militar, es del ejército de aquí. Sí.
Llevamos 21 minutos de ahí.
¿Solo en la puente?
Sí.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But thankfully, Home Advisor. Home Advisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most, Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
A new poll says more Americans approve of President Trump than they do the big media. That's why millions are turning them off and turning on Newsmax TV, America's new conservative channel. On Newsmax TV, see Bill O'Reilly, Pat Buchanan, Alan Dershowitz, Mike Reagan, and more. Bill O'Reilly's no-skip news show is on Newsmax TV. Get it on DirecTV Channel 349, Comcast 1115, Dish 216, UVerse 1220, and Fios 615. Newsmax TV. Real news for real people.
Westbound in that usual spot at the Don Hole Bridge coming over from Clements Ferry.
This report is brought to you by Sylvania Automotive. Sylvania is always looking to improve their headlights to help people see farther and drive safer. So they developed their Silver Star Ultra headlights to have greater clarity and the brightest down-road visibility. So now you can see what you've been missing. Sylvania, think farther down the road.
Out with the old and in with the new. Kelly Golden here with great news. Finally, 2019's the year that you can say bye-bye to chronic joint pain with our friends at QC Kinetics. You know you spent way too much time last year agonizing over debilitating pain in your knees, maybe your shoulders, back, neck, or elbows. Not this year, because QC Kinetics
Ok.
Mañana entonces.
Dale, gracias.
Gracias a usted.
Mañana.
These are simple injections that regenerate your tissue that until recently only elite athletes had access to. But in 2019, it's available to you. Call QC Kinetics in Mount Pleasant for your free consultation today. It's 843-303-9825. That's 303-9825.
Got a call on the Sunday afternoon that our office had been flooded. We came up here, we called the boss on the way from James Island. They actually beat us here. I was very surprised. And I'd recommend boss to anyone who had water damage.
Carolina Fresh Farms has provided salt for more than 30 years throughout the Carolinas. From golf courses to your home loan, we pride ourselves in excellent quality and exceptional service. For a dream loan, contact us today.
Hey guys, 2019 is here, and it's time to get your testosterone levels optimized at Low Country Mail. Are you feeling sluggish, overweight, beat down after the holidays? Make a New Year's resolution that will actually get results. For just $200 a month, Dr. Love will have you feeling like a new man. Our plans include a year's worth of testosterone, labs, medication, and doctor visits. We also specialize in medical weight loss, growth hormones, and erectile dysfunction. Call us today, 843-936-6451, or visit lowcountrymail.com.
There's nothing small about your business. Your passion, your hours, your reputation, it's all huge. Your partnerships, even bigger. With Dell Small Business Technology Advisors, you'll get the tech, advice, and one-on-one partnership to help your business grow. Because with reliable Dell PCs with Intel Core processors, you can focus on what matters most, getting business done. Call 877-5DELL to speak to an advisor today. That's 877-5DELL.
Here's an unfortunate fact that applies to most financial advisors. They're not legally required to act in your best interest. Creative planning is different. Our certified financial planner practitioners are always a fiduciary, which means they're required by law to always act in your best interest. Dial 833-435-2706 for a free no-obligation consultation with Creative Planning. Investment strategies recommended by Creative Planning are not assured of earning a profit or avoiding a loss in declining markets.
Tonight, 9 Eastern on the Fox News Channel. Big breaking news as it relates to FISA. They knew. They all knew, and then they used it anyway in their applications. That's about all I can tell you now. We'll break the story, 9 Eastern on Hannity on the Fox News Channel. John Solomon, Greg Jarrett, Joe DeGeneva, Victoria Tunsing, Laura Trump on tonight, and much more. Hannity, 9 Eastern on Fox. See you then. Back here tomorrow.
Are you tired of chair mats that dent or crack and the corners curl up? Is it time to update your office? If so, you need a glass chair mat by Vitraza. I'm George Pardo, president of Vitraza. We've been supplying high-quality American-made glass chair mats for over a decade. They're made of super strong glass, strong enough to hold 1,000 pounds and never dent. And now every mat gets a forever warranty. Plus, they're protected with Invisible Shield Pro 15, a nanotech coating to resist fine scratches. So you'll glide on a smooth glass chair mat, and they're beautiful. Want to know how to get one? We sell direct at Vitraza.com. That's V as in Victor, ITRAZZA.com. We'll ship free to your home or office and save 10% when you enter my name, George. Here's our website again, VITRAZZA.com, and remember, save 10% with code George.
Stimulate your mind and free up your finances. The Dave Ramsey Show is next on 94.3 WSC.
Looking for the dealer who's gonna give you more. Stokes Mazda Superstore.
This is Ed Sile, General Manager of Stokes Mazda on Ashley Phosphate. To sell more new cars in 2019, we've gotten started this year off with a bang. Every 2018 Mazda 3 5-door is $6,000 off. That's right, you heard me, $6,000 off. KBB.com named the Mazda reliable compact SUV. We just received 40 of them, and I can't tell you what I'll do on it. Also, Mazda is one of the most fuel-efficient automakers. So if you're interested in saving $6,000 on a super safe, super fun, award-winning 2018 Mazda 3 5-door, come see us today at Stokes Mazda on Ashley Phosphate. Just 15 minutes from West Ashley and 19 minutes from Mount Pleasant. Call us 767-1600 or click Stokes Mazda USA.
Broadcasting from the Part D Heating and Air Conditioning Studio. This is 94.3 WSCC Goose Creek, Charleston, an iHeart radio station powered by Gerald's Tires and Brakes.
He wants a delay. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The Senate Minority Leader agreeing with the House Speaker on postponing the State of the Union address. Fox's Jared Halpern has more live.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says with both the Secret Service and Department of Homeland Security impacted by the partial government shutdown, the State of the Union address scheduled for January 29th can be rescheduled or simply delivered by the president in writing. The Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says the government is closed because of President Trump.
If it continues to be closed on the 29th, I think it's a good idea to delay it till the government is open.
And DHS Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen downplayed any security concerns, saying all agencies are fully prepared to support and secure the State of the Union.
Jared, the White House says President Trump has signed a bill that will require about 800,000 federal employees to be compensated for wages lost or work performed during the shutdown. 2 American soldiers and 2 American civilians killed in a suicide attack in Syria. The U.S. military says 3 U.S. Army soldiers were also wounded. Her government narrowly survived the no-confidence vote.
I believe it is my duty to deliver on the British people's instruction to leave the European Union, and I intend to do so.
Now, British Prime Minister Theresa May is looking for a consensus on how Britain can exit the European Union.
Now MPs have made clear what they don't want. We must all work constructively together to set out what Parliament does want. That's why I'm inviting MPs from all parties to come together to find a way forward.
Yesterday, her Brexit plan was soundly rejected by Parliament. On Wall Street, banks surged following strong results from financial companies. Stocks ending the day broadly higher. The Dow at 141 points. The Nasdaq plus 10. The S&P gained 5. This is Fox News.
Congratulations, small business owners. You've made it into the new year. I hope you celebrated your accomplishments, but now it's time to get back to work. Start by honoring your New Year's resolution to fire your overpriced and error-prone payroll provider. Why not start the year fresh and let Patriot Software keep your payroll tax filings spotless from now on? Patriot Software offers payroll and payroll tax filings for up to 100 employees. Our payroll customers rate us 4.9 out of 5 stars. Now that's a New Year's resolution you can live with. Go to patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free.
Oh, booster aqui seria bom, hein, Fabinho? Saiu um carro agora voador. Tem que comprar ele, chegar mais rápido em casa. Tô pertinho agora, mais 10 minutos. 10 minutos tô em casa já. Ligar o play pra nós dar uns tiros lá, matar a gente, hein? Matar a gente não, tá louco? Matar player. Ó, deixando o golfinho pra trás, ó. Pô, fala não, velho. Pior que é longe, entendeu? Assim, não é longe, quer dizer, é perto. Pertinho de casa, velho. De manhã cedo eu gasto 15 minutos, 10 minutos, 12. Depende do dia. Vai fazer 40 minutos que eu saí de serviço e não cheguei em casa até agora. Passando na zebra aqui pra acordar. Agora eu vou entrar num dos lugares mais feios que tem aqui na região. Tá em construção, pensa nas coisas que fica feia, doido. O cara buzinou pra mim ali, bonitão. Ah, bonitão.
John is with us in Lafayette, Indiana. Hi, John. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I have a question for you. So, I'm a first-year medical student. I'm hoping for some advice on the best way to pay for medical school. I'm pretty blessed, and between my parents' generous support of my college education and hard work I did in undergrad, I've taken various jobs. I got through undergrad debt-free with some money left in my college account from my parents, and that money will pay for most of my medical school education, but I'll be about $45,000 short. And so that's where my question arises. I have about $38,000 in a Roth IRA account as well that I contribute to every year in undergrad, working various different employment jobs. And I'm under general advice to avoid that. So my first inclination is I should withdraw, penalty-free from that Roth IRA and pay for my last year of medical school. But I'm wondering if it might be better, if you might suggest that this is a unique situation, just because that is a tax-sheltered account, and I left it there until I retired and also paid off that $45,000 in student debt aggressively in my first year of residency. I might be better off in the end there, or if I should just, like you normally say, take care of the debt first altogether. As a doctor, I wouldn't be able to contribute to a Roth IRA once I'm out of residency making too much money. So I'm hoping for your advice as to what the best path forward is.
What the fuck are you going to do? Getting to where you are. I mean, you're within $45,000 of being able to graduate debt-free from medical school. That's striking distance, man. Well done.
I'm very blessed.
Yeah, you are. Your parents and you and everybody's done a great job. The only thing you did wrong was put some money in a Roth IRA that you should have held out for medical school. And if you'd done that, you'd been sitting there. You wouldn't even have been calling me, would you?
Well, I think if I understand Roth IRAs correctly, I hope that...
É um lugar perigoso que tem aqui, ó. Pertinho da minha casa aqui, mas é perigoso.
That's the bottom line. But other than that, man, you've done a great job. So what I would prefer is that we scratch around, because they're so dadgum close, and it's going to be a few years before this comes up. It's not like next year you need the money. It's right. You got a little time here. So is there a way between family and maybe poking around with some hospital companies for some scholarships, or even if you get any time off at all, working like a maniac when you're off on something, and so you can screw it together. And my preference would be to leave the Roth in place. Now, you can do a Roth if you make over $200,000 a year. The only way you can do that is a backdoor Roth, and it's not going to make or break your wealth building. This $38,000 is not going to make or break your wealth building, or putting money into a Roth, period, is not going to make or break your wealth building. You're going to have other ways to do that if you graduate with your MD. So, you were right in your first assumption. I'm not going to need more money. Never have, never will. And choice one is...
É, galera, eu cheguei em casa agora. Bora encerrar por aqui. E vamos que vamos.